Hey everyone, welcome back to F1 2020. My team Minardi. We're off to Singapore in a smidge. Let's renew our sponsor, which is all good. And then what I've done is just beforehand gone into the activities mode. Now quite a lot of stuff came up around improving Delatraz. So we went for that, in experience and awareness and in racecraft as well. So that should see him again take a big juicy boost. Remember, we've now also got the new simulator coming along, so in theory, let's see how that changes him. Yeah, look, +5, +5, +5, +5. Just a rating of 64. He's coming along. We're getting there. Which is exactly what I wanted and needed. So that's all good. Durability equipment upgrade, because we're going to look at dealing with that, particularly towards the end of the season. I think we're going to get some grid penalties. Let's advance. Uh-oh.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed the quality control. Make sure you indicate what you'd like redeveloped via the R&D screen.
Alright, well we'll go straight into that then. It will mean it will miss the Singapore race though, that's annoying. Oh, hello. A rather big improvement there for our team and car. Let's sorry, for our resources and money. Now what should we do with that? Slightly improve the team's activities. I would rather fabrication is a bit no, I'd much rather reduce the speed of stuff down, especially of that powertrain, because we're right at the very beginning of everything. And then we'll start looking at some more bits around here and maybe some performance-y stuff on that side. Do I want to do anything with driver perks for me? Not sure on that yet. Okay, let's go off and practice at Singapore. I'll join you later. Hi everyone, welcome back to after the practice sessions, and they were all soggy. They didn't tell me that they were going to be all soggy. They said dry for the practice 1 and 2, but they were mostly soggy. So I didn't get very many points at all. I don't really know whether I'm fast. I don't think I am. I'm not normally fast around Singapore. And I'm certainly not reliable around it, so I feel like we're going in quite weird. The interesting one is that Carl has said, Simon, Louis, some important information for you. We're going to have some reg changes for next year, which means be careful with the upgrades. So I won't be pushing too much more into upgrade territory, it must be said. So yeah, let's see how we get on. I also annoyed this chassis department when I was busy doing some post-race interviews, because there was about 5 minutes in FP1 where it was dry before it got really wet, and I got out and managed to do a lap, so it kind of made me like fourth in the session or whatever. So let's just quickly move our stuff back onto here. Actually, yeah, do you know what? Let's do the number 3s, because I just think that I'm going to be terrible here. Always a number 2 on the electronics. They never kind of go too bad. If you look at the progress, look at how we've now leapfrogged, well, how we're ahead of Renault and McLaren and Haas. What was really interesting was that when I was looking at the qualifying stuff, in the dry it was like, you should be targeting for 13th, but in the wet it thought I could be 9th. So it's interesting how it decides where you should be based on what different elements of your car work against wet versus dry. Now obviously in the wet, power is less important, so it clearly knows things like that, which not necessarily impressed me, but I was just like, it does do that then, because I thought it did. But yeah, I have a feeling that this is going to be a cringe session and race to watch, so I'm sorry in advance. Setup wise, so we've got 9.8 on the wings. And those wings I've mucked about with an awful lot, and it doesn't really seem to matter. As soon as the tyres go off, I'm buggered. Essentially.
If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want
I
over
would
the
have that
radio.
85 or 82
Press and hold the radio
in the
button
end.
to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through command groups with the MFD button. When you're ready, let's go.
But yeah, I love this track as a challenge. I cannot drive it for love nor money. And I seem to be worse this year as well around here. So it's going to be, I expect I'll be towards the back of the grid. I might then just grid penalty my car again. I've never, in all of my years of playing this game, got this corner right. I always get it wrong. I'm just going to move everything slightly so that I'm closer to the TV. Should have done this beforehand. There we go. Don't drive and move furniture, kids. I will find it really sad if they decide to shorten the layout of this Grand Prix. I still like, well, I prefer the Singapore sling section as well. It was unique. Although I appreciate I was probably in the minority. Okay, let's get going. I've not found the flow around it in this game to not want to keep on taking 2 bites of the cherry at different corners. Like, I could be more aggressive into that turn, but then I keep overshooting that one. I always overshoot this one, although that's the best I've taken that all game so far. That probably was a bit cheeky on the old curbs, but never mind. No! Oh no!
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Alright, Jeff.
Someone's just posted a faster time. You've been dropped to the 4th row, P7.
Session update.
Here's the top 5 cars as things stand. Leclerc, Sainz, Norris, Gasly and Kvyat. So just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Kvyat, Ocon and Raikkonen. And behind us are Ricciardo, Vettel and Latifi. Currently the fastest lap is a 1 minute 37.4.
Grosjean and Magnussen are ahead.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I'm trying to let Norris go through so that we don't hold up Vettel, who I think is on a lap. And then the stupid thing here is that that marker board is there, but the actual line is there. Which took me a few practices to get used to, because it feels so wrong just to keep on driving faster through the actual marker board. Russell's ahead of us as well. Well, that says a lot, doesn't it? Now, we did make a mistake, didn't we? So there's time on the board, but I think I will be delighted if I'm 19th. It's gonna be one of those. It's Hanoi all over again. Hanoi. Okay, change that front wing.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car. Our
Oh,
best
we're only
lap so
just
far
off.
is a 1:39.6.
What's Louis up to? Of course, he should be a little bit better now with that simulation point, like pace boost. So I don't expect him to be behind Latifi. I expect him to be a bit closer to Russell, to be honest. Time to deliver, Louis. Whilst that's going on, let's just quickly change. Half a second drop, wow. Minardi does look nice in the dark though. Come on, Louis, what you got? '20th. Oh, just a 10th behind me. Clear of Latifi though. Nice. Okay, let's get out there.
All set. Everyone clear? Car to track.
I'm just thinking, if we're towards the back again, I might do some tactical swap outs of car parts. To put them into the pool, so to speak. Which allows me to continue doing long practice sessions with lots of laps in. And then what that also does is allow me to pretty much run restricted, essentially, all the way to the end of the season on car parts. And then there'll be no grid drops throughout the rest of the season. But I must say, actually, the end of the season contains a lot of tracks that I struggle with. Japan... Oh, for God's sake, Simon. Rookie error! Rookie error! Oh no, don't do that. There we go. Just MFD problems, hashtag. Right. Too curvy there, but never mind. Ooh. I broke at the wrong marker board and then had to get back on the throttle again.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Clearly the summer heat of England is getting to me. This is a terrible lap. Overdrive into the nth degree. So that'll get me another couple of attempts back, surely. And so will this. Oh, I didn't expect it to be that better. Ooh, that is way better than I thought that was going to be. Ooh, that's going to make me really... Do I want to take a grid drop now? That's kind of thrown me off. I didn't expect to be competitive, and we lost, what? Potentially about another 4/10 by not hooking up 2 of those corners. Bonk. Session update.
Quick position rundown for you. The current top 5 are Bottas, Hamilton, Vettel, Leclerc and Albon. So just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Giovinazzi, Kvyat and Ocon. And we're in front of Magnussen, Raikkonen and Grosjean. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1 minute 37.1.
I'm still thinking potentially do the grid drop anyway because I don't trust myself to not bugger this race up. If there's a photo of me right now, it would just be the thinking emoji, but my head. I'm not sure. Oh, it's so hot. So hot. I feel like I'm in Singapore. For context, I'm recording this on, this will give it away a little bit, the 9th of August, just after the 70th anniversary Grand Prix of Britain. Let's go again.
Checks complete. We're ready.
I think we can do it. We're not going to do it, are we? Bugger. Sorry, Roman. We spent too long looking at Delatrans and coasting around. That and potential track improvement may actually make the decision for me. Box this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Because I'd imagine Raikkonen will get in front of us. A potential Haas or two as well. Oh wow, and that's Delatraz holding up a Renault. 18th, okay, so one of the Haas has got ahead. And I'd imagine Kimi.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Hamilton, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Wow, Kimi Louis Delatraz out qualifying Romain Grosjean in the Haas. Haas is Grosjean having a torrid time there. Only just behind Latifi, and we just kept ahead of Russell. Good stuff. Well done, Louis. That is much better. I'm a happy bunny. Oh, Sorry, coughed a bit there. Had to quickly mute myself. We aren't going to win this battle with Albon. We know it. Notice how this has got less acclaim attached to it than the Signs one. And also how McLaren are punching way better than the Racing Points, even though the Racing Points are better cars. So clearly they are not loving Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll on the driver ratings front. Or at least not nearly as much as Carlos.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
Thanks, Carl. Okay, so we're 18th. So that'll get us through plenty of practice sessions. Oh, you'd kind of think that that would get us through enough races as well. You would think. "76 laps, so what's that?" Do you know what? Do it. We really don't need it for the control electronics, but screw it. We'll have a new gearbox whilst we're at it as well. I'm not going to do anything on the R&D because I want to see what the changes of the regulations are. So 15 laps, we'll be starting at the back, but what this now does for me, so in my head we're now going to do an alternate tyre strategy. So that we can kind of hold on and cling to the back of the field on the slower tyres. And then we'll cycle to the front and be able to kind of hold our own a little bit as the pit stops kind of roll out. And then we'll be able to do some overtakes towards the end, hopefully, if we've still got front wings.
Formula One in Marina Bay once again, and welcome to all of you at home who join us today for this fascinating race around the baking hot, horribly humid, but very beautiful streets of Singapore. The Marina Bay Street Circuit then has 23 corners, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, taking us a total of 3.1 miles around the landmarks of downtown Singapore. An average lap speed around here, just 107 miles per hour. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn one. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Alexander Albon, and Verstappen, Ricciardo, Stroll, Perez, and Pierre Gasly, Kvyat, Norris, Esteban Ocon, and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Carlos Sainz, and George Russell, Delatraz, Grosjean, Latifi, and Smith. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
189 place grid drop. Whoopsie! Turn up the mic and the earphones a wee bit. I'm so sorry for the fan that you can hear of my PS4 in the background. This game just makes the PS4 want to explode at all times. What can I say?
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
See, it makes no difference whatsoever. And there's part of me that thinks actually that could be even better for me because it's less... do you know what actually? Let's do this strategy because... But again, I'm going to switch it. If it lets me. Yeah, look at that. So the reason why is because I really struggle with tyre temperatures because of how clunky fingered I am. So on this track, Monaco's another one. There's a third one, Spain. I have an issue with it as well, where just tyre temperatures just go through the roof no matter what I do and no matter what PSI I have. So it kind of negates the ability for me to use the softest tyres because after a couple of laps I'm just spinning them around and I can't even run at full pace. So if I can do that by running the hard tyres and then the mediums, it doesn't seem to matter too much against overall lap time, and I'll have grip and I'll have tyre temperature, which means that I can push. So in my head, the most bizarre strategy will work. Obviously relative to my pace, which will be nowhere. Delatraz getting right up in there, loving that. Good start, mate. Oh, Latifi, no.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
Sorry, George. Field spread. Can you feel my field spread? And we're dropping off the back as well. Which you'd expect given the tyre disadvantage we've got at the moment. But this will swing back to us quite quickly. Ooh, careful. Oh, George. I left you space there, mate. I think that might have buggered him up. Ooh. Is Russell going to pit? No.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Hold on, Delatraz holding on, isn't he? Ah! Unlike me with my tyres. Oh. Half a second down the drain.
The car in front is 2.2 seconds.
So in my head it will be around now that a lot of the soft tyres will now start to be a problem, and I'll start to be able to kind of claw back in a bit. God. What was that? I told you I hate that corner so much.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
Why is Latifi a lap down?
The gap to the car ahead is 1.8 seconds.
So now's the time where I want to mix 3 it. Because it's going to be the time where I start to really have a tyre advantage over others.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums. Advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
Not yet.
The car behind has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre. Our gap to the car in front is 2.2 seconds.
Why are we getting blue flags? Oh, that's a bit cutty, but never mind.
Louis is coming in for his stop.
Alright, it's just us and Giovinazzi then.
Gap to teammate behind is 4.2 seconds.
No! Fucking hate that corner so much! And it's because I do that so often and just miss it completely.
Box this lap, push hard on the in-lap.
Giovinazzi's doing superb on those mediums.
Okay, clear.
I wonder who's retired. Or was it just a yellow flag drama? For someone getting it wrong? Sorry, Hamilton. Oh, yeah, we've lost it. Cardo doing a great job. Oh, Leclerc well down the order. That might have been what happened. There's everyone going through.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Yeah, it still thinks Latifi is a lap down. Okay, now we're on mediums. We've got them slightly better than everyone else. Let's go, go, go.
Right, some information on Ricardo. They are out of the race.
That's a shame for Danny Rick. Oh, there's trouble going on with bits of wing. Now, we drove over that. Yeah, that's someone in the pits, I think. Oh, it's Albon. He must have got caught out by it. Oh, crumbs, as we did with turn 1. What is going on with Latifi?
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
How are you there? And why are you now 2 laps down? Something's not quite gone right there, has it? Is he running with a broken wing? No, no, no. Oh no, it was just the way how it looked. That's really weird. Jean. Oh, so Giovinazzi went onto the hards as well there, so he's doing our kind of run. I'm not so sure he'll get the benefit from that. And that must be Kimi then, right at the head of the queue, holding everyone up. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm not having it. This has been too entertaining to... Okay. Hey Louis. Best race so far. Loving your work. I might need to come through quite quickly. Oh, do you know what else that does? Do they? That utterly helps us out with the battle with Albon, doesn't it?
To run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
Thank you, mate. Oh. Where are you, Louis? There you are. I was worrying. I was waiting for a Minardi smash up then. So you're doing a great job there, Louis. Well done. Oh my god.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Poor Giovinazzi, he was leading this race earlier. Rip.
This is your final lap of the race.
Be able to do anything more than this. Isn't it interesting though, Delatraz has pulled away from Grosjean. Remember, we've got a good upgrade with tyre wear with our car, so it's interesting that like towards the very end of a strategy we've been able to clear that back up again. Magnussen clearly struggling the tyre grip as well. Oh, that doesn't sound good, whatever that was. Oh, it's the fireworks. I thought it was our engine. No. Giovinazzi's in real trouble there. Ah, we just couldn't quite power across the line for him.
Alright, race over.
That felt like he was about to conk out. Hey! I'll take driver of the day.
What a great race it's been then.
Only 2
classic Singapore
flashbacks.
Grand Prix, and they've held on to take the checkered flag here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Oh, Leclerc got back to 7th. Well done.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Boom. That's Mr. Shoveling there, or is that Pete? I can never remember. Pete Bonington, I think. Not James. Right. What happened? La 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 la. What did I unlock?
So let's review the updated driver stats.
Ooh,
It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Smith. That was a
fine,
commanding
but
performance
Gasly was
today.
better.
Very impressive indeed.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Okay, so there's a couple of things that went weird there that we need to discuss. So firstly, Hamilton, Vettel, Verstappen, Bottas, great. Gasly a superb fifth ahead of Perez. Leclerc clearly had an issue somewhere along the line because we saw him drop down. So I think there was a collision that involved Leclerc dropping him down the order. Kvyat in the points for AlphaTauri. Alfa Romeo get points with Raikkonen. Norris grabs the final one just ahead of Sainz, who I think also did a great job there. Then we've got Ocon, Stroll dropped down the order again in the Racing Point. Magnussen, Giovinazzi lost out. De La Traz did a fine job too, as did Russell. Now Latifi, if you reverse this back, I can't remember if I said it off the line, but Latifi was showing in 22nd and a lap down on the grid. Is there a bug with this game that puts 21st position or someone randomly a lap down on the grid? We shall soon find out. If we look at the race director, yes, so Latifi did the same as Giovinazzi. No one did a me. Oh no, I did. Well, I was doing me. Reverse every round. An only incident there for Ricciardo of mechanical failure, but clearly Albon hit the back of Ricciardo, and clearly something happened with Leclerc because he was running much higher up and then suddenly dropped down after we had that weird yellow flag, didn't we? Very briefly. So what does that do for everyone? Hamilton then pulls further away from Bottas. Vettel closes in a little bit on Verstappen. Leclerc kind of on their own. That's kind of feathered them all out a little bit, hasn't it? We are still best of the rest, although I feel like we are totally OP. Perez leapfrogs Ricciardo and Sainz. Norris leapfrogs Ocon and Stroll. And then you can see the AlphaTauri both in the points there. Real big moot for Gasly, who'd only scored 6 points up till then. And De La Traz, with that position finish, actually leapfrogs Latifi in the standings. Amazing. And I thought that might be a big payday for AlphaTauri there. So not only did Racing Point leapfrog 3 teams, wow. So they got ahead of Renault, McLaren and ourselves, which is really where we should be, 7th. AlphaTauri, big payday for them, leapfrogging them clear of Alfa Romeo. Now they only got that amount of points, really, because of Raikkonen's Monaco performance. They should have got a massive haul of points with Giovinazzi at Monza, but remember he conked out. So that has now become a key thing in that battle for 8th and 9th. Haas still clear of Williams. And I would say that Williams aren't really looking like they're going to attack that. And Haas need a bit of an improvement to get themselves back onto where they were pushing around for 10th, 11th, 12th-ish.
Work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Who are we going to brown nose?
How do you feel about this team's performance this season? Great. Well, that's everything.
Thanks for asking us about another team when we've been getting driver of the day. We aren't signing with them. I feel like they've not distinguished between the my team and the career questions, because that would make sense if I was looking to leave my own team and go somewhere else, those questions. But because I'm not, and I don't believe you can in my team, meh. Oh, we're going to go up to level 12. Yes. Good run by De La Traz as well. Much improved. Complete weekend without colliding with another vehicle. We did collide with another vehicle, it just didn't really care about us doing it. Nice. Nice bit of dosharoo. Cool, I'm pleased with that. And I'll take that quite happily as we move on to round 17.
Morning, boss. This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
Thank you very much. You guys all take care. I'll catch you next episode on Higher Plane Games. Bye for now.